Well, let's get this underway again. From the waters of the Caspian Sea to the St. Lawrence River, walking along to round 7 of the Breakout Racing League Tier 2 Championship, the Canadian Grand Prix. Well, the previous 2 weeks, we have traveled to countries and circuits small in size. This week, we traveled to the second largest country by total area, with an area of 9.98 million square kilometers and the largest coastline in the world. The sheer size of the country allows for more people within the Canadian border, which leaves the Canadians possessing more than 0.5% of the world's total population. That was a mouthful. And that will nearly double within the race weekends here in Montreal. Speaking of Montreal, let's talk about the circuit then. Circuit Gilles Villeneuve has 14 corners, 6 to the left and 8 to the right, which makes up the 4.361 kilometer, 2.71 mile circuit. With the addition of the 3 DRS zones in the turn 1, 8, and 13, the average lap speed totals around 130 miles an hour, and the top speed equally totals around 200 miles an hour into the braking zone of turn 13. Quite a quick circuit indeed. 60% of the circuit is taken at full throttle, and with some of the quickest corners in the calendar, like I said already, the tires are a necessity. Well, never fear, Pirelli's here with the softest range of tire compounds like it was the last 2 Grand Prix. Well, with C5, C4, and the C3 tires, the C5 being the red-wooled soft, C4 being the yellow-wooled mediums, and the C3 being the hards. And, well, of course, the intermediates and full wet tires are available to avail if the drivers deem necessary. Well, let's go and see if I can CoCom in, as he is not actually in. If I can grab him before we go through the rest of it. All right. He should be doing shortly. Well, let's go and talk about the championship then. Swellis Teams leads over the Red Bull BRL by 3 points. 104 points to the Alfa Romeo, 101 to the Red Bull. Well, they are clear by about 36 points to the guy in third. That's Bosch Sturble. In P3 in the Aston Martin, 65 points to his name. 8 points ahead of Toneless Death in the Ferrari in fourth. He is 6 points ahead of TTM Heatwave after a good run once again out in Baku for the Alpha Tauri. Well, he is 8 points ahead of Mozzie, the other Alfa Romeo, in 6th. No Limit in 7th. And the first McLaren, 40 points, 3 points behind Mozzie in the Alfa Romeo. BRL tweaking. In the other Ferrari, he is 9 points back of the McLaren in 8th. Pause for the win. The second Red Bull, he is 9 points back from tweaking in the 8th position. Well, 22 points to his name. 5 points clear of Holy Cow in 10th. Well, he's 1 point clear of Calzoner in 11th. His teammate in Mercedes, as Chunky Snags, is tied. Is tied with the other Aston Martin of Masterplane and Calzoner. So it's going to be a very quick and very tight battle for 10th. 1 point separates about 3 or 4 drivers. So that's going to be one thing to look out for as the race persists on. Constructors battle. Well, Alfa Romeo still leads about 24 points ahead of Red Bull, 147 to 123 respectively. Ferrari sits third, 88 points. They jumped Aston Martin a week ago. Well, Aston Martin now sits fourth, 81 points to their name, 7 points back for Ferrari. McLaren, they sit P5, 55 points to their name, 4 points clear of Alpha Tauri in 6th, 51 for them. 18 points clear of Mercedes in 7th, 33 points for the Brackley team. And Williams, the other, Mercedes-powered English team, sits in 8th, 1 point clear of Alpine in 9th. And Haas rounds out the top 10 and the Constructors' Championship, 14 points back of Alpine with 1 point to their name. So we see qualifying has already been underway. Masterplane at 10.245 is the provisional pole. And, that Aston Martin is going to look for some quality laps so far. He's a provisional pole. We'll see what the times go knocking down. The next one's going to be his teammate. And Bosch Sturble, as we're going to go and see if we can try to figure out why Redeemer isn't here yet. Actually, he is here. Okay, you're here. Redeemer,
no, I'm here. I was just letting you speak. I was letting you
I didn't see you.
I'm a ghost. Ooh, Turbo with a 9.5. I believe the next person's going to be Mozzie.
Well, you're a little late. You have compensation.
Movie? That's my excuse. No, today I went and saw the new Dune movie. Not that I don't think anyone cares. Highly recommended. And then I watched the Resident Evil movies. And I just finished watching the last installment of that. So, that is why I'm late. I am sorry, folks. That will not happen again, I hope. If it does, then, I don't know. We'll figure it out. Holy cow, coming through the final chicane. I'm trying not to laugh while I said that. Gosh darn it. Kept it nice and tidy through the final 13 and 14. He's going to go P4 with a 10.6. Next is Palms for the Win on an outlap, followed by Sweller Stream and Groggy Oregano, who's kept it nice and clean on the second lap on his soft compound tires.
Yep, so it's going to be interesting to see how these guys do. Right now we have a dry qualifying. So does that mean a dry race? Not all the time. We had actually a change of weather.
Groggy went a little bit too deep there into the final chicane. He lost a little bit of time, and an 11.3 from Groggy was... That is his teammate of Mozzie, who's going to do a 9.7, 2 laps on those softs.
Already a little bit of action, a little bit of, I guess, on the seats action from Groggy Regano there in the Alpine. We're going to go look down as he's actually invalidated right there. Let's go look down to Palms to the Win. He said he was on a flying lap. Well, he is on a flying lap down to the hairpin. He goes into turn 10, which you have a quick little sequence of corners here. You have turn 10 with turn 11, this little tiny left, and then you have a kink to the right, which will be turn 12. Down the straightaway, we have DRS opening right there. You see yellow flag. I believe that is going to be the Mercedes. Almost coming to a crawl right there in front of him. I believe that is Holy Cow. Yes, it is. He lets it by before the final chicane, turn 13 and 14. This is going to be a problem spot. Is because we should go a little bit too deep. Almost gets the wall there, but Palms will make it through. It keeps it valid, and the Red Bull's going to go to the line. He's P12. Well, he's now P6, 11.6 on the medium tire.
Swirler Stream's going to come through. He's going to go P2 with a 9.6, and I can say that is faster than my time trial time.
Purple Sector 1 for the other Red Bull, BRL Wraith, the championship rival, trying to go catch down Swirler Stream, and he has Alfa Romeo in the last couple of races, and the yellow flag behind in Sector 1 and 2. But you see the Red Bull now is 3 points back of that Alfa Romeo. Remember back all the way to Monaco a couple races ago, we had a couple of street circuits in between them, but it was about 14 points was the gap between first and second. That Alfa Romeo ahead of the Red Bull. Well, now it's gone down to 3 points. 11 points has been gotten down in those 2 rounds at the streets of Monte Carlo and the streets of Azerbaijan. Well, now the kind of street circuit hybrid here at Montreal, right next to the St. Lawrence River. You look over to the left of BRL Wraith, you see right there, there's a little bit of water there. Well, hopefully no one's going to end up in the harbor this time. Oh!
I saw that one coming in the making. I believe
he has any
caught
damage.
Oh, he's lucky. He hit that wall hard.
He may have some damage then, if that's what happened. We were on an off-board shot with him. Well, he's going to... Not only is he invalidated, he is now probably going to be to the pit lane in a couple seconds' time. Chucky Snacks is going to be the next one on a flying lap. He's invalidated as well in the Williams. So the only one, I believe, on track will be Holy Cow. Is he on a flying lap right now? Obviously, he's done 3 laps on those softs already. It looks like he's just going to go back into the pit lane. And, well, that was pretty much round out the first round of qualifying times. Right now, the provisional pole, 9.5. Ross Durable, 3rd in the championship. He leads, well, seen by about a 10th or so. So keep in mind on that gap as we go through the rest of the qualifying session. Less than 10 minutes to go.
Yeah, I was late. I didn't get to make a bag of popcorn for us tonight. Shame on me.
Come on. Well,
I didn't know if you wanted any butter.
Always grab some butter if you get the chance to do that.
You know, I since we have a break in the action, I've come to find out for me, I don't like the butter from the movie theaters. It just doesn't settle with my stomach.
How? Oh, yeah, that's fair.
I used to love it, and now it's just like it doesn't settle well with my gut at all whenever I eat it. So I'm just like, yeah, no butter. There's a large,
says
just
no.
just a large popcorn, and a large soda. I'm good to go.
Well, one thing to actually point out, by the way, yeah, I mean, always go for the butter, but unless the gut says no, then don't go for the butter. Always trust your gut. But, but one thing to look out for, by the way, though, is the top 2. I didn't mention this at the top of the broadcast. This is a home Grand Prix for 3 drivers: Calzoner, Botch Gerbil, and Swellerstream. Right now, the 2 Canadians, top 2.
Oh, Masterplane's going to invalidate the final chicane. See what Groggy does. He keeps it nice and tidy. A little bit wobbly on the exit there. As Chunky Snacks is actually on a flying lap capture, coming through the final chicane. See if he keeps it nice and clean. He's going to take a little bit of slowness on the second part of that chicane. He's going to come across the line. He's going to go a 10.7, so...
See what he can do. The next one across the line will actually be Palms for the win. He did that first lap on the mediums. Now he's on the softs. You see his time is 11.635 on those C4 medium compounded tires. Well, now he has the C5s on. The softs could be on in a couple of seconds time. Behind him, we haven't seen this man in a long time. Silk Weaver's back on the track here in Montreal, and well, he's taken a toll over the points. He's now down in, I believe, the 14th position. Yes, he is. He's 1 point back. Remember I said at the top of the broadcast that Holy Cow was 1 point ahead of Calzoner, who's tied with Chunky and Masterplane.
Invalidate.
That's unfortunate.
His teammate, though, on mediums kept it nice and clean. And I believe Groggy is going to invalidate Masterplane. He's going to have to do another lap. This is his push lap. Give it everything you got, buddy. Let's see what you got. Chunky Snags is invalidated. He is going to come into the pits. I believe the first person is going to be Palms for the win.
So Palms with the first one across. He's now in the hairpin right now, going through into turn, I believe, 12 through right now. You see we're on board with Mozzie. It looks like he may have actually backed off. Yes, he has backed off of his lap. He was going pretty quick. Maybe he decided he did not want to start on those mediums. Here's Palm for the win. The first time he went through kind of cautiously. This time he went in very aggressively over the clambering of the curves both times to the apex of 13 and 14. He's 8th. Now he's 4th. 9.991. 2 tenths off of Mozzie in the Alfa Romeo. Well, Silkweaver just went a 9.6 on the mediums. That's a good lap indeed.
Yeah, Silkweaver just, as you were on board with Palms for the Wings, Palms for the win, Silkweaver just absolutely attacked the final chicane on those medium compound tires. So now we have the two Alphas. As Swellestream has invalidated his lap, giving his teammate the tow. Or the Slipstream, I should say, sorry. Both words work, I guess.
Purple Sector 1 like it was his first time going through the first sector. That is going to be BRL Wraith, the other Red Bull. Like I said, he's down in P11, no time yet. TTM Heatwave, BRL Wraith, no limit, and on the stats all have no! Around he goes. Looks like he is a little bit, maybe. Who's the other one? That's Mozzie out of the. Whoa! What has happened there?
He went in way too quick into turns 7 and 8, I believe, and just lost the rear of the car on the left-hand side curb, and just lost the rear of the car.
It's the exact opposite of what happened, I guess. Actually, it's kind of similar, but it happened to the other side of BRL Wraith. You saw him. He spun off to the left-hand side of the exit. Looks like Mozzie may have spun to the right-hand side in the apex of turn 9. It looks like, well, it's definitely not. Looks like it definitely is. Defendant. He will not take part in any more of this qualifying session. His maximum will be P4.
Thomas had the same thing happen to him.
Oh. Yeah, I saw the end of that.
Kept it out of the wall.
There was someone in the first straightaway there. Was that BRL Wraith? It looks like someone is actually. Not sure exactly what that was about. I saw someone next to the wall. Yeah, I saw him next to the wall, I believe it was, entering, like, before you. Okay. You know, okay, actually, probably easier to go up to toneless here. Let's watch him. He's go through 13 and 14. You see the wall right here to the left-hand side. I saw there was a car there. It looks like it may have been, I'm guessing Wraith. I'm not sure. Maybe trying to get into the pit lane. Toneless said 11.394, about 6 tenths ahead. I'm sorry, 4 hundredths behind Groggy. I don't know where I got
Chunky Snags on the lap. He's a 10th up, or a 10th and a half up coming through Sector 1. Coming through turn 6 now, yeah. Purple Sector 1. I know Cody's likes to lie to us a lot, but that could be happening here at Tier 2. Coming through 7 8. Bit of a tricky chicane, if you ask me. Stay off the left-hand side of the curb on turn 8. Coming up into turn 9, hairpin turn 10. He's going to have Mercedes in his way. Purple Sector 2. Navigate the number 11 turn, followed by number 12, coming down the final straight into turns 13 and 14. Let's see how close he gets to that wall. Try to minimizes the run to the corner. See how well he takes this corner. He's going to go very wide on entry, very slow on exit. Going to compromise his time there. He's going to keep it on the right-hand side of the circuit. He's going to jump up to P7, and he's going to improve by 2 tenths on that lap.
I bet he's kicking himself after that one.
Thomas is coming into the pits. No Limit is on an invalidated lap. Heatwave is starting a lap. Let's see. Holy Cow is on a lap.
Yep. He just started a flying lap about a couple seconds ago, but I know Chunky's going to be pissing himself and really kicking himself after that lap time. Not pissing himself. I don't know why he would do that. But Holy Cow is is going to be on a flying lap behind him. So Chunky Snacks has fueled enough for 2 runs. No, he hasn't. He has let him by going into turn 8 and 9. Here you see 8.
Oh. A little bit of oversteer coming into turn number 6.
Well, remember, he's also on these 3-lap-old softs, his best lap. These are on fresh softs. We'll see what he can do. He's obviously going to find a little bit more grip this time by if you can find the right lines, the right place to position the car. And, well, he should, in theory, go a little bit quicker. The track is rubbered in a bit. We have 2 minutes and about 30 seconds left in this session. And it's going to be time for these guys to put the final times in. You see, invalidated over the first apex.
To correct you, Katra, actually, those are fresh softs on Holy Cow.
Yes.
As Heat Wave, where did he go? He's P4.
P4.
He always does this. He always qualifies on the mediums and then he crashes out. Can he not do that this week? That'd be awesome. Sorry to do that to you, but
we talked to him.
I'm gonna apologize in the chat later tonight for that one. Heat Wave on a lap coming through turn 10 now. Purple sector 2 on the mediums. As himself and Wraith are the only 2 people not to set a lap at the moment. No Limit coming down the final straight next to the St. Lawrence River coming into 13 and 14. The Wall of Champions on your right-hand side. He's going to attack it slightly, not as quick as his teammate in P2. And he's going to come across the line. He's going to go P7 on 2-lap-old medium tires as he's going to do another lap behind this one, I believe.
Groggy's going to blind P11. He was. He's now going to stay P11. He's going to start another flying lap. Has he fueled for 2? We'll have to find out in a couple seconds' time. Toneless going to the hairpin. He's going to start a flying lap.
Is finishing his 2nd lap on these mediums. Is he going to improve? He's going to go to P3.
Wow.
Botch Gerbil is on a lap at the moment as well. Silkweaver behind on those medium tires still. Bellstream is going to be starting his final flying lap. Palms of the Wind just behind him. Masterplane is coming through turn 10 right behind his teammate. Chunky Snags is coming through turn 7 and 8. Ray is going to start his final lap at the moment. So I believe the last person to cross the line would be...
Well, the first one crossing the line is going to be Botch Gerbil. He's on pole. He goes faster. A 9-0. The Canadian goes even higher up on top of the grid. That's going to help him out. Purple sector behind him, though. His teammate, he starts a flying lap. Both McLaren start a flying lap. Silkweaver is going to go on another set of mediums. He cannot improve that lap. Behind him, No Limit goes ahead, though. He goes ahead.
Said No Limit 3-lap, old mediums. Oh, who's that in the wall? That's Pumps to the Spring. Pumps to the Win.
Checkered flag is out. The time for these laps is now. Chunky Snacks cannot improve. He's going to stay P9. Mozzie's going to be at the most P5, but we're going to be on board with BRL Wraith. He's going to come the championship leader, the only one, or I'm sorry, the championship runner-up. He's going to be the only one that has not set a lap so far. You see 3 Ferrari-powered cars, 1 pits. Now you have 2 in front of him. Sweller's Steam's going to be 1. Toneless Swim is going to be the other one. Who is it going to be? Sweller's Steam goes up to a 9.2. He's going to P2. Toneless Death P3. Wraith slides to the final quarter. Can he improve? The Red Bull, he's P13. Can he improve? P2 ahead of his championship rival who he needs to beat. No one has been able to match Botch Gerbil so far. Groggy Regano's going to be on a flying lap. Ahead of them, though, Heatwave's going to pit. That's going to be a checkered flag for Holy Cow. Chunky Snacks. Heatwave retires in the pit lane. Groggy almost loses it in the exit of turn 11.
It will actually jumps up to P4.
Yes, he will. And I think that should be it unless No Limit can find something. No, he cannot. That's going to be it for qualifying.
Man, I really should have gotten a bag of popcorn for us tonight. This is going to be an exciting race, even with 13 drivers.
Yeah. Actually, Pumps to the Wind has no front wing. Huh.
Yeah, Palms for the Win lost it completely on turn number 8 exit on the left-hand side. I had to think about that one because I couldn't remember. But yeah, so corners to watch tonight, in my opinion, Katja, is going to be turns 3 and 4, 7, 8, and 13 and 14, because those are a lot of corners. If you don't get them right, you could end up with penalties and wing damage.
Yes, that's going to be one thing to watch out for, because qualifying is done. The race is now going to be up next. You're going to have 35 laps to determine who is the best driver around the Canadian Grand Prix. What's so funny?
Heatwave just pinged me in the chat, and he goes, "I didn't crash this time."
No, you did not. Well, we had a lot of action, a lot of chaos, and a lot of drama, but one thing we had for sure, though, Boss Gerbil, he's going to be on provisional pole, and now the actual pole here for Canadian Grand Prix. The Canadian P1 by about 27 milliseconds over BRL Wraith in P2, who is ahead of his championship rival by about 3 points. The gap between Swellert and Wraith. He's now ahead of him by about 2 tickets time. So it's going to be Boss Gerbil from first, Wraith second, Swell's team the third, Master Plane in fourth, 2 Aston Martins in the top 4. Then you have Toneless Death fifth, Silkweaver and TTM Heatwave starting 6th and 7th, both on the mediums. Mozzie, P8, crashed in qualifying. P8 will his start with the soft compound attire with No Limit. P9 with a medium, Possibly and Chucky Snags, Holy Cow, and Grog and Oregano round out the top 13 and the qualifiers for the Canadian Grand Prix.
Yeah, and I had gotten confirmation from Heatwave in the Tier 2 chat. It is a dry race, so there will be no rain for this race, but I'm wondering, will there be a chance of clouds? And as we load in, it does not look like that, so I hope you brought your sunglasses with you today.
I always, not all the time, but I try to do most of the time.
I forgot mine back in the motorhome.
Oh, well, you need to go run and get them. You know, I mean,
No,
well.
not going to be good.
Okay.
I got my hat in Montreal, so might not work out too well, but we'll see how it goes.
We'll figure that one out. And these drivers will have to do the same. They have the trusty friend, the restrictor, tell us what tires these guys will start on. Remember, the top 10 have to start of the qualifying tire they qualified on. Well, that will be the mediums for the 3 drivers of No Limit, Heatwave, and Silkweaver, and the softs for everyone else. But outside the top 10, you have Chunky Snags. He's starting on the mediums. Holy Cow, the softs. Groggy Oregano was a hard a second ago. He's now to the soft compounded tire. No one is starting on the C3 hard compounded tire. Well, we see that tire at any time during the point of this Grand Prix. We have a plenty of, there's a lot of laps. Well, strategy, though, it doesn't really call for a C3. It calls for a soft to medium. If we're on one stop, a soft, medium, or a soft, medium, or you can kind of change the tires as you will within that. But that is a generic 2-stop strategy. We have a 1-stop strategy tonight. That's going to be the first time I actually had to say this season. What strategy is going to be played to call? Are we going to take a 1, a 2? What's going to happen? Penalty?
You had to throw a curveball with the penalty, so I was waiting for that.
Yeah, of course, the penalties are always going to throw a curveball.
Wraith is just completely holding up his field, and Boss Gerbil is just flying. There he goes, he's slowing down now.
Yes, he is. Let's now go through it and talk about this a little bit. Well, I say the Canadian is on pole, Boss Gerbil, but it's not his first time he's been to that top spot. I mean, I don't think he's gotten a pole in qualifying Spain and Monaco. He's not a stranger to that first position. Well, a week ago, he DNF'd. Again, he wants to try to go redemption not only for himself, but for the Canadian fans. So far, we've had one Canadian win in Realistic. Can we have another one win here in Tier 2? Well, we'll have to figure that one out. BRL Wraith, he wants to finish ahead of his championship rival, Swell's team, who starts directly behind him. Well, not on track, but in position. He starts to his, I believe, right-hand side in position number 3. Well, actually, I believe it's the left-hand side. Master Plane, the other Aston Martin. Right-hand side, I was close enough.
Yeah,
Master Plane, like I said, he's tied.
I think Spa's the only one where they start offset.
I can't believe you're correct with that.
I could be wrong.
Yeah. Well, Master Plane wants some points. He's tied with a couple other people, and a lot of the drivers all behind him want some points, including Silkweaver. He's not been here for a couple of Grand Prix. To be exact, his last Grand Prix was Portimao. Unfortunately, I wasn't there. So the last one I commentated over was China. We'll have to figure that one out, as well as the rest of these drivers. The lights are on. 35 laps are ready to go. And it's lights out. And away we go in a really good start. That's off the line. BRL Wraith, he's going to be alongside challenging. But look at Swell's team down the inside, 3 wide into turn 1. Contact made. Wraith down the inside now around the outside of turn 1. It's going to be Boss Gerbil. He's not going to hold on to it. Wraith ahead of Gerbil, ahead of Swell's team. He's going to hold on for this. Master Plane 3 wide almost with the Ferrari and the McLaren of Steph and Swell's team. Oh, contact made. Toeless in the grass. Master Plane goes off. The Swell's team is now going to be trying to go chase after Boss Gerbil. But look at this Heatwave there, and into the wall goes Mozzie. Off the track. What is going on here? Now side by side, yellow flag. That's going to be Oh, Boss Gerbil's around 2. Around goes the Aston Martin. What has happened in the open lap here at Canada? Whoa, I can't speak. Down the inside, pumps to the win on, that's pushing wide. Silkweaver, the Red Bull up to 8th. Wow.
What has happened? Like, I lost track. I was watching in the backfield. I didn't know where you were, and then next thing you know, everything just happened.
everywhere. But look at No Limit. He's going to try for this move on Mozzie. He was down trying to get the undercut and the switchback. He got it working for Romeo. The medium compound tire, but looks like the Alfa Romeo is going to have the slipstream and the ERS. Who's going to back out? Are they going to go side by side down into 13 and 14? Will anyone back out? Yes, they will. It'll be the Alfa Romeo, but don't look now. The Red Bull pumps the win. He's looking for this move now. He's to back out. And don't look now. He now has the Mercedes of holy cow. It's just nonstop action.
Yeah, Silkweaver is coming into the pits for softs and a wing change as he doesn't have a right-handed end plate.
Yeah,
always tough to see here on lap 1. They could have been both. I only saw the one of them.
Could have. So Palms has no front wing. Silkweaver has no front wing. Oh, down the inside, Groggy makes contact with the Red Bull into turn 6 and 7. Around the outside, he will go into turn 7 and will get the move. Almost loses the car. Chucking Snacks is not going to go for the move on Palms to the win, down into turn 8 and 9. He backs out of it and will think better of it. So the Alpine gets ahead of the Red Bull, who now has the Williams for company. But what is going on? It's been nothing but chaos. Groggy's gone around, and out of the Grand Prix goes the Alpine of Groggy. He got past the Red Bull, and now we have a VSC.
Yeah, he lost it around turn 8. On the exit, I just saw it happen from Palm to the Wind's camera. And that's just one of the corners that I was saying to be careful of, because if you don't get it right, and he wasn't on the curb or anything, he just lost the rear of the car. His Sweller stream is...
Yeah, Sweller is in. That means Master Plate and Heatwave and everyone else who does not pit goes up.
Ooh, holy cow, and Palms to the winner.
Win. I believe Palms to the Win is going to repair his damage. Not sure what Holy Cow is doing in the pit lane. Maybe trying to get off of those softs, because remember those softs maybe last around 6 laps.
Into the pits.
He may have had front wing damage, or he's just trying to get rid of that
getting a change of tires.
But
it's just smart by these guys. They don't lose so much time behind this VSC as I can not see it. I just have a yellow banner on the top left-hand side of my screen. Awesome, Cody. Thank you.
Well, it's finally not me for once. Usually the streamer doesn't really see it. Well, I finally get to see it, so I can finally say this stuff.
Whoa! Palms to the Win came out behind Botched Gerbil and just completely almost rear-ended Botched Gerbil, almost getting wing damage again as we go back racing.
Well, don't look now. TTM Heatwave got an excellent jump of the virtual safety car restart. Now he's going to the left-hand side of Master Plane. Down into turn 18. Around the outside he goes. He's going to go look for this. We have an awful camera view for this shot, by the way. Looking at the driver, he's going to go around the outside, all the way around the outside of turn 10. Heatwave gets a better exit and will go up to P2, but Master Plane's not done yet. Will he stay complacent down in P3? Yes, he will. Heatwave's going to be ahead. He has that DRS, which is enabled this time by the drag reduction system. Was enabled every time you're within a second of the car in front. TTM Heatwave was within a second of the car in front, going down into the braking zone of turn 10. That's why he got ahead into the straightaway.
Yeah, nice battle between second all the way down to Mozzie right now. This is just a DRS train from Heatwave leading these medium medium runner at the moment with Chunky Snags in P7.
Well, I said the Red Bull of Wraith needed to get a little bit of a move on a couple weeks ago if he wanted to catch Silkweaver. Or not Silkweaver, Solar sorry. Silkweaver gets the fastest lap of the Grand Prix, by the way, 14.468. Well, he's got to move on. He's 4.1 ahead. What has happened?
He lost it. He had the same thing as Groggy, but he caught it, and I think he nicked the wall, and he does not have any wing damage that I can see visually.
Well, it always can be in a factor. Remember, we've seen it through Monaco. We've seen it through Azerbaijan. It doesn't always have to be visual to have a significant amount of time loss. The front wing is a crucial part of this car.
Yeah, look at the time he's lost, too. He was 4.4, and he was 3.9 now.
Did he hit the wall there? Looked like it was close. No, apparently not. He went faster.
There he goes. As Heatwave just completely demolishes that time with those mediums. Wow.
Yeah, that's a quick lap from Heatwave. Remember that this may be around the cross point where the softs may start going into the realm of the mediums. The mediums may start getting faster.
So there goes Sweller stream.
That point.
Yeah.
Yep, medium for him as well, 12.272. Well, don't look now. Now, Silkweaver has a 3-second time penalty. I was going to actually go and highlight him. He's about a couple tenths off of the car in front. He's actually going to go for the move. Pops to the win down the inside of turn 1. Oh, the McLaren is going to get this move on. Pops to the win. P11 for him now. He's going to have to chase after Boss Gerbil, the pole sitter, about 1.9 seconds up the road.
Yeah, I'm just on board right now with just to see if he collects the wall again or if he's having issues with his tires. It doesn't look like it for now. Let's get this lap nice and tidy and see how he does in the final 2 corners here.
That's good to hear from him, but what is also not so good to hear from Toneless is here comes the McLaren, No Limit to the right-hand side. He has the DRS. He's not going to use any of the DRS, but the mediums looks like they're turning on for the McLaren faster than the Ferrari because he doesn't have them on. No Limit up to P4. Toneless's softs maybe a little bit on the edge, but don't look now. His, I guess his Ferrari-powered buddy of Mozzie is going to be too far behind him to go for the move down into turn 1, but he could be under the pressure from that Alfa Romeo in a coming corners of time, maybe even a couple laps time before the softs may have to go into the pit lane to go and pit onto a set of mediums or a set of hards, and I don't see it happening.
Yeah, hards are on this track. They're not the greatest. They take so much time to warm up, and they're not the optimal race tire for a 50% race here. I've tried it in the past, and believe me, it just doesn't work. Yeah, Race opened the gap again to 4.3 seconds to Heatwave behind, so he's still pushing on these softs.
Well, that's definitely good to hear indeed. So I guess he does not have damage, and if he does have damage, then he's doing an amazing job of masking that behind that, well, the pace of the Red Bull right now. 4.23 seconds is the gap between him and the sister car of the Alpha Tauri of TTM Heatwave on those medium combat attire. But don't look now. Here comes Mozzie and Toneless. I said Toneless may be under pressure. Here he goes. Mozzie to the right-hand side, breezes past the Ferrari into P5, and now goes and grabs that racing line before the apex of turn 13 and 14. So Mozzie up to P5, Sweller's team down to P8. So Sweller's team's going to try to do the best he can to go catch
Gerbil's going to look for a move on the outside of Holy Cow, who is on mediums. Wow, that was an easy move.
That was an easy move. Look how fast he took that turn 13-14 chicane, by the way.
That was... Wow.
Left him in the dust almost. Master playing 3-second time penalty. We go from one Aston Martin to the other one having a little bit of issues. Well, he's now under pressure from the McLaren of No Limit.
Yeah, I'm just keeping my eye catcher on this gap to Wraith from Heatwave, and he's been fluctuating.
It could be around the crossover point, like I said. Lap 6 and 7 is around the time the mediums start getting their, I guess, their rubber together. Their pace gets, I guess, amplified, and the softs kind of drop off a bit. It is definitely the crossover point now. As Wraith is trying his best to fight this, but I think Heatwave's now going to start being a little bit quicker the next couple of laps, with the mediums being just an overall better tire at this stage of the race. No Limit, he has the DRS. Masterplane does not. It looks like he's a little bit too far back. Yes, he does. I saw that on the left-hand side of the screen. Sweller up to P7 now puts, I guess, 3 red cars in a row. Mozzie, Toneless, Sweller with the Ferrari being separated by the 2 Alfa Romeos. Yes, he does. Silkriver goes up to P10, grabs that points-paying position past the Mercedes. We're going to keep an eye on No Limit and Master Plane. Run us through the field. What's going on?
Well, just keeping my eye on everything. And Silkriver does an 11.6 on 6-lap old medium softs. As Wraith comes through 7 and 8 nicely, Heatwave comes through nicely. Whoa, what happened here? Whoa, okay, like.
I didn't. That's why I didn't say anything about it, because I was waiting to see if it was true, because No Limit kind of obliterated through the back of Master Plane, so thankfully it was not the actual thing that happened. But Master Plane may be under pressure here, because No Limit now has DRS, he has ERS, he has that slipstream to the Aston Martin in front of him. He's going to be a sitting duck to the right-hand side. No Limit's going to go for this move, and it's going to be, once again, way too easy. In the braking zone of 13, he grabs that position way ahead of that. Now Master Plane down to 4th, No Limit to 3rd. His last podium, by the way, Bahrain. That was a long time ago, doesn't it feel like it?
Whoa, Sweller stream. Talk about attacking the final chicane. He did so and lost the rear of the car and kept it nice and clean out of the World of Champions. So all of these drivers are attacking the last chicane very nicely, but it's weird to see him go through the last chicane, how different they all take that chicane.
Yeah, that is one thing we'll have to look out for, because you could look through, I guess, scroll over, like, for example, let's take these 3 guys, for example. Sweller's team, right? Mozzie and Toneless. If you watch Sweller's team go through it, he may take the curves extremely cautiously, staying off of those orange turtles in the middle of the apexes. Or if you go to Toneless, he may obliterate those curves. Or if you go to Mozzie, he may do a mix of both. You never know. You have to figure out these drivers' driving styles as they go through the Grand Prix itself.
Yeah, once your tires start to wear out, you want to take those guys right into the pits.
Wraith pits. That's it. Well, that looks like it may be an opening stop for a possible 2-stop here.
Master Plane
On the mediums
pits.
he goes.
Mozzie stays out. Toneless stays out. Obviously, he's going to stay out. Where is this going to put Botch Gerbil? Don't think he's going to gain any positions, but he might come out close to these guys that are pitting. But he's going to attack the last chicane.
These guys on the mediums. Actually, he may get goes with his teammate. I'm sorry, Master Plane going into turn 1 here. I remember it's a straight shot from the pit lane exit to turn 2. It's not going to even be close. Botch Gerbil going to be ahead of
Master Plane. It's going to be close with these two. And Stokeweaver's going to leave the position.
Yeah, barely got past there, but I mean, I don't know how much Silkweaver's going to be willing to stay behind this Aston Martin. He's on those 8-level softs, and maybe towards the end of his tire stint, possibly then have a 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings and track extensions. Well, he will have that applied to the end of his Grand Prix. DRS to the McLaren. Will he go for this move on the Aston Martin? Will he just stay there? We'll have to see. And it looks like he's just a little bit too far back. But keep in mind on these guys, though. Heatwave No Limit, as well as Sweller, Chunky, and Botch Gerbil, as well as Holy Cow and Ponce to the Wind. Those guys are on some pretty old medium combat attire. Well, to be, I guess, correct with this, Chunky, No Limit, TTM Heatwave are the only ones who started on the medium combat attire that are still on those opening tires.
Sloppy.
So, will they go for a reverse 2-stop? Will they go for a 1-stop? Wraith, Master Plane, the guys who just came in a second ago, what will they go for? Silkweaver, I was on board for both of those. He got 2 warnings. And that's now a penalty. No Limit got a 3-second time penalty, but Silkweaver's not going to let this penalty stop him. He's going to go to the right-hand side, down the inside. I said he wasn't going to wait long. He didn't wait. Well, I guess he waited, a lap or so. So maybe he did wait a little bit long, but Silkweaver's back up into P9 and splits the Aston Martins once again. Master Plane's going to fight this back, though. He's on those fresh mediums, remember. He's not going to want to stay behind in, I guess, an aging soft compound tire runner, as Swellerstein gets past Toneless for the battle for 4th. It puts Mozzie and Swellerstein, both Alfa Romeo drivers, up 3rd and 4th. One's on the podium, one's looking for it.
Yeah, Wraith has already caught up to these 2 guys here in P4 and 5, and Wraith's going to look for a move on the inside to turn 10 on Toneless. Toneless going to go very deep, and Wraith is going to get that position. Swellerstein vulnerable.
Oh, he's going to go for this move. I know he's going to go for it down the inside. Skill contact made. Swellerstein has to cut the corner. Now it's going to give him a 3-second time. But will he go for this? And around the head. And now up in the podium positions once again.
To Seb versus Lewis. Those 2 went side by
well,
side
unlike
there.
those 2, Wraith actually stayed on the track, so he will not have a second time penalty coming his way. He will instead have some fresh air and a 6-second gap to go chase after Limit, who, by the way, I think Celestine just may have hit her if that will put any damage on his Alfa Romeo.
Saw that. I don't see any visual damage.
Meanwhile, when we were doing that, Mozzie actually came into the pit lane. He goes on the medium combat attire. I was wondering when he would. It looks like Mozzie may trigger the undercut for Toneless, by the way, because Toneless was still on those soft combat attire. Same with Silkweaver, only 2 runners still on the softs. If you don't know what the undercut is, it's when the driver behind pit quicker. You pit before them, you use that fresh tires, you use that soft rubber and hopefully track position to run faster. Well, on the other hand, Toneless is trying the overcut, where he's basically doing the opposite. He's going in, hopefully getting that, the older rubber. Mozzie will get him. It's not going to be even close here.
With the gap.
Wow. Well, that overcut didn't work well. Undercut's pretty powerful around here. Keep that in mind. If we are doing a 2-stop, could we see guys undercut a lot earlier? Because, I mean, how difficult is it to pass? Remember, Silkweaver is on those 11-lap-old softs. He's still within a decent amount of time of Master Plane, who's on those 3-lap-old mediums. So how much tire wear is in a factor here so far tonight? It looks like not for Silkweaver, not that much. Excuse me.
Yeah, Botch Gerbil is right on the back of Chunky, and they both got a time penalty through turn numbers 8.
I was looking at that gap beforehand, and then I saw Chunky and Gerbil grab that penalty, so I knew something was going on. Well, now Chunky's going to try to hold on to this position. Remember, they're both roughly on the same tire lap age. Well, it's going to be easy move. Gerbil ahead of Chunky, battle for 5th, and well, that Aston Martin's going to be back up into the top 5.
Yeah, these guys just need to log laps, get into a rhythm, and just find a groove. I think that if my math is right, there's 27 laps left? No.
22.
Yep, that one. I don't know why I said 27.
Close enough.
No, not really. Silkweaver's still on the back of Masterplane on 12-lap-old softs.
Yeah, I mean, I'm telling you, his tire wear is pretty good right now for those 12-lap-old softs. That could prove Silkweaver may try a one-stop here. Well, he's taking the softs 12 laps, and if you were to pit now, I believe you could make it on the medium compound tire, because you could make it
that would
from
be
lap
a second
8.
stop.
Wait, is it a second stop? Well, okay, he's trying a compromised one-stop then. What was his first compound tire?
Mediums.
Medium, wasn't it? Yes, it would. So he would basically do a compromised one, but glorified two-stop, if it may. But these guys are going to be doing stopping. Heatwave's now in. Will he go for a set of mediums or a set of softs?
Kind of earlier for mediums, I think. He's going to
So
go for softs.
He could do a two-stop, a soft to soft. We'll have to see what the Alpha Tauri does in the coming laps time. He now has 21 laps to do with 2 sets of tires. Will it be a C5 and a C5 or a C4? But look at these two, though. It's the Williams and the McLaren. I can't get a camera angle because it keeps switching. Silkweaver goes around Chucky Snags, battle for 7th. And look at this, though. TGM Heatwave dodged a bullet here. A second and a half later, he would be right in this fight with Masterplane, with Silkweaver, and Chunky Snags. He was out 5th, Masterplane 6th, Silkweaver's out in 7th, Chunky Snags in 8th position right now. Battle for 10th kind of heating up a bit as Wraith and No Limit go at it.
Yeah, No Limit just lagged through turn number 8 once again for me.
Well, it looks like it may be a little bit of a connection issue right now, but it's not going to stop Wraith for going this move if he has that chance. He has the DRS, he has the slipstream, he has the ERS. He's not going to use it this time. Will he go for the move? He went on Mountain McLaren. He'll do it again, and that's going to be easy down the inside. Whoa, almost contact between the two drivers as No Limit goes into the pit lane.
Yeah, I think he's trying to get that cover off Heatwave, but Heatwave's going to collect him even with DRS on Gerbil.
Oh, he'll get him this time. He should get the McLaren and the Alpha. The inside of turn 1 was a little audacious, but he will get ahead of the McLaren. Actually, No Limit's going to be really far bound. He's going to be behind Silkweaver. So his teammate, maybe a little bit of team orders could be coming into play. Remember, 14-lap-old softs compared to 0-lap-old softs, fresh softs. Toneless and Holy Cow, I said Battle for 11th is heating up. Well, looks like Battle for 11th now is heating up instead of Battle for 10th.
On my screen as well. Lovely camera angle from the back of the diffuser on the McLaren, looking back at his teammate and the other McLaren. As there's some definite lag issues going on in this lobby tonight, folks.
Don't look now, Heatwave, yes. Looking for this move. He's going to try to get the best he can. Remember, he's on these fresh softs. We're at a 13-lap-old mediums on Gerbil's car. He wants to get past them quickly. Well, he'll even do it before they hook it side by side before DRS is even activated. This will be an easier move than it has been in the past for a lot of these guys. Heatwave up to 3rd on those softs. He's now going to be the only one I really think can challenge BRL Wraith up there, depending on what Sweller does. He's on those 14-lap-old mediums. Remember, he pitted off those softs early on. He could do another set into a soft compound tire, depending on what he really wants to do in the Alfa Romeo camp. We'll have to figure that one out in a couple times. Holy cow, 3-second time penalty for multiple warnings and track extensions. And, well, that'll be applied to the end of his race time. Let's go look at the penalties as yellow flag.
Oh, who's that? That is
Silkweaver.
Whoa.
He's around exit turn 2. And, well, those 15-lap-old softs are going to be even more destroyed now after losing the car. Not sure if he had help or if it was on his own, but Silkweaver now has a 3-second time penalty applied to that, so kicking man while he's down is not going to be going good. Heatwave has a 3-second time penalty
through turn 8.
Let's go through them. 3 seconds to the entire grid except for Silkweaver.
No Limit is going to look for a move. He's going to tap the back of the Aston Martin.
Oh!
Wow, you just kind of tapped him and pushed him right out of the way.
The bump and run, if you may.
I don't know. He's going to give that position back. That was kind of unfair.
That may be a possible steward's inquiry if the position is not given back. If he did use his own car to move.
Whoa, Thomas had a really bad exit coming into turn 14. Compromises his run as Silkweaver's going to pick up a time penalty in pits.
I believe he may be retiring in the pit lane now. Unless he's going to go for this, he may just, yeah, there he goes.
Yep, there
Retires
he
in the pit lane, Silkweaver's out of the race. So, if you're now just tuning in, welcome to the rounds, I believe, what is this, round 6? I'm not giving up. No, round 7, I was close enough. The Canadian Grand Prix season 7. Yeah, I think we're in Baku. But welcome along to round 7.
This track looks very different to Baku than what I remember it being.
I know. I think this part right here, this reminds me of Baku. But when did they have grass?
Oh wait, I thought this was Austria. What?
No, we're over in Abu Dhabi.
Proportion.
Well, yellow flag again. Looks like it's just Silkweaver. So if you're just tuning in, welcome. Round 7 of the Breakout Racing League Season 7 campaign. This is the Tier 2 Championship in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix. We have lost so far Silkweaver for retiring in the pit lane, and Groggy Oregano, exit of turn 9. Retired, I believe, in the opening 3 laps. Okay, turn 8. I was close enough. Jeez.
Come on, you're the veteran here.
Same corner complex.
Not really.
Yeah, well, you know, you were on board with him.
Yeah, Thomas is just sitting right now behind Palms, just kind of not even using ERS, just using the DRS to stay behind him. His Palms is on those old 16-lap old mediums compared to Thomas's 6. But Chunky Snag is up there, 18 laps in on his mediums. So, could Chunky possibly do the one-stop like you were saying earlier, Katja?
I think he honestly could. It really depends on what Chunky wants to do.
Going to get another penalty, turn 8.
Well, No Limit's trying to release for this move on. Oh, actually, Toneless and Palms. I cut away right as they went for it. Toneless gets ahead of Palms now. Battle for P9 as Silkweaver has retired. So it's now both drivers going to be the points as before. It was only one. But right now, look at No Limit and Botch Turbo. 16-lap old mediums. No Limit's going to go for this move. He has the DRS. Yes, no ERS. But down the inside he goes, and that's going to be into the pit lane. Botch Turbo goes. And by the way, that is incredibly disorienting whenever you see a guy go past you about 20 miles an hour faster going straight to the pit lane.
Yeah, this is one of the pit lanes that honestly scares me the most, because you got the final braking zone, you got the braking zone, and just ahead of it is the pit lane, so it scares me.
Oh yeah, I definitely don't doubt you there. I'm definitely with you on that one. It is quite frightening, to say the least. But look now, Thomas is looking for this move. Oh yeah,
France.
That is too. France is a scary
pit
one.
exit. Yep.
This one's a pretty scary one. Jeddah's going to be scary when we come back to that Grand Prix around the end of the season for Saudi Arabia. That'll be fun.
Ooh, Imola too. Remember that one.
Oh yeah, Imola. Oh, Imola's another one. That could be a little scary.
We'll see that one later in the season, folks. Make sure you stay tuned and don't go anywhere. This Chunky's losing
Chunky
here to turn 8. Whoa.
Yeah.
Great Mike think alike in the commentary booth.
Yes.
Yeah, Chunky is struggling on these mediums right now. 19 laps in as Silkweaver's into the pits.
Is this going to be a medium or is it going to be a soft? It looks like it may be too long for a soft, so it could be a medium as Thomas gets past Chunky. Yes, I thought it would be. So he's going to be going to the Grand Prix.
He's going to come right out in this battle, I believe, with Toneless, Chunky, and Palms.
For Palms, he goes for a move on Chunky.
Well, he's going to get out just ahead of these guys behind his teammate Amazi.
Yep, that's very fortunate for him as he got stuck behind. Now, Mozzie, that's going to be, whenever he catches up to him, will we see a little bit of team orders from the two Alfa Romeo drivers? They're on differing strategies. Mozzie could honestly go to the end of the Grand Prix, though, so it's never certain. Holy Cow goes into the pit lane. He now pits on another set of medium tires. He's now 19 seconds or so behind Bosch Turbo, who now battles Chunky Snags, battle for 9th, and the Aston Martin will get ahead of the Williams in 9th position.
Yeah, Palms is also struggling on these mediums as well. But a little bit wide on the exit of turn 8 on that curb where I believe it was one of the Toro Rosso drivers crashed out in one of the FP free practice sessions a couple years ago. I don't know what I'm rambling about, as Bosch Turbo is closing in on Palms for the win with DRS. As Palms is going to send it into the pit lane, leaving Gerbo to track down Toneless Death for P7, as Chunky is still flying on these mediums. Props
yes,
he
is, and he's honestly going to go for this. I think he honestly could go. Actually, don't. If you're not, I don't know. Were you there for Tier 4 or season ago?
No.
Or you tier 5? Okay, that's what it was.
Yeah, I was
well,
tier 5.
some of you may remember, this is also the same man that took medium tires at Holland in the Netherlands Grand Prix 30 laps out of like the 33 or whatever it was. So it's possible that this man is the next tire-saving god. Well, let's see. He knows something we don't right now. 21 laps on those medium tires.
Gerbil.
He could be looking for... What happened to Gerbil? Looking for this move on
really
Toneless.
close. Toneless just broke hella early, or wicked early into turn 7. And Gerbil wasn't ready for it, and Gerbil slammed on the brakes, locked up, and almost hit the back of Toneless. Toneless is fighting
he's
this
gonna get another
position
chance
as much
here.
as he can. Yeah, look at him. He's going to breeze by him with ease.
That'd have been close. And by the way, up front, I saw that.
Yeah,
Mozzie
I saw that
let
too in the
by
distance.
Swellerstein. So I was right. Looks like Mozzie may stop again, because, I mean, to be honest, I'm not sure exactly even if he was not going to stop again. Chunky goes into the pit lane, so I guess I don't know. I think softs could make it around here.
Well,
it's going to be a little bit of a tall order. It's
yeah,
going to be tight.
he's going
but remember,
for softs.
Yep, Silk Weaver did about 15, so it's possible.
Hey, he's going to have to do 17 laps on these softs, I believe.
13.
I'm just going to stop saying numbers now.
Well, you'll learn if you ever hear Minchie's commentating. He's learned to do the same thing, so don't feel bad. We'll go look at Mozzie, though. He's actually dropped off a little bit. Botch Gerbil is going to be his next company. He's about 3.5 seconds behind. Wraith Pitts from first.
Yeah, he's going to go 100% soft. No, he's going to do mediums.
Medium.
So Heatwave is going to inherit the lead. No Limit is going to be...
could go to the end here.
It's going to be a tall order. 9 laps in already on the softs.
It may be a tall order. I don't think he can. But Master Plane Pitts as well.
He's going to go for mediums. Sweller Stream with the fastest lap at 10.9 on those mediums.
That's the gap to look at, by the way. Whenever Wraith hits the Delta line and Sweller Stream hits the Delta line as well, that's going to be the gap for first.
If I have to give driver of the day, if the race ended right now, it would have to be Botch Gerbil. In my mind.
I would agree.
I mean, man started P1, spins out first lap, and he fights back to P6. That, without a doubt, that's keeping your head down and finding a groove, like I was saying, and getting back into this race. As Wraith has already closed down on No Limit.
Oh, it's gonna be rapid right now. These tires, the mediums. Gerbil's catching up to Mozzie, and as it may stands, it's not out of the question that he could jump No Limit and Heatwave as well before they come into the stop, because I don't think they're going to go to the end of the Grand Prix as well.
Heatwave is in.
We could see. Heatwave is in. There he goes. No Limit is in well.
He is going to go on 2 softs. No Limit is going to throw on another set of softs.
Wraith's
Botch
through.
Gerbil, is he going to jump to both of them? Mozzie went way wide on the exit of turn 14. He is going to... Botch Gerbil is going to move up into P4.
It's going to be close.
Well, I think he's got it. Oh, boy. Nope, he's going to get P5.
Heatwave got him.
But, like you were saying, penalties.
That is a huge thing as well. We'll go take a look at those again. Once again, Mozzie and Wraith, both the guys on the podium right now, have yet to get a time penalty. That's 3 seconds to Sweller Steam, 3 seconds to Botch Gerbil, to Heatwave, 6 seconds to No Limit, no time penalty for Toneless Death, 3 seconds for Master Plane for Holy Cow and Chucky Snags, and 6 for Pomps for the win. But now keep an eye on this battle, as we're going to see a lot of action in the next couple of corners. Heatwave is going to try to get past Mozzie. Gerbil is catching up to the back of these two, as well. He wants to get past these guys as well. And, well, only one person can get to P3. Who's it going to be? Is it going to be Heatwave, Gerbil, or don't look now, No Limit in P6 could still have a chance at this one as well. We could see a safety car. It's going to happen
Heatwave is closing in. He's going to look on the
though.
inside of Mozzie before 13 and 14. He's going to get that race in line, and Mozzie's going to fly into the pits.
Well, that makes it easy for Gerbil.
Now, I was going to wonder if those guys needed to pit again, Mozzie and Toneless, because they did go long on their first stint, and this is only their second stint, so how much longer are these guys going to go? As Mozzie is onto the softs, Toneless, I imagine, is going to box for another set of softs at the end.
Well, if he knew exactly the amount of tire life that Chunky Snags had, he did it on 21 to 22 lap old mediums. Well, there's about only 10 laps to go left in the race. Toneless Death could be 1 lap over that, 23 to be exact. So he could take the mediums into the Grand Prix. It's doable. Does he want to, though? That's going to be a big question for the Ferrari in 6th.
I was going to say, if he's wanting to, let the guys ahead of him push, wear their tires out, and then gain the positions. But also, we haven't seen that curveball yet like we've seen every other Grand Prix.
Well, we'll have to see. I mean, this is one of the tires. I mean, in the last couple of years, I believe the tires here were kind of hit or miss. You know, I mean, sometimes it could be.
Gerbil's going to attack that final corner nicely.
Yeah, he is.
Wow.
Remember how I said, I said the 3 were Mozzie, Toneless, and Sweller. I was close to saying Gerbil on that example, but, I mean, we saw what Gerbil could do. He's attacking those curves on the apexes. Let's see what Sweller and Heatwave may do. By the way, Sweller, 9.3 seconds, gap between first and second. I said it would. There it is.
I'm looking at my screen board. I feel like I missed something, but I'm not. Master Plan is on the back of Toneless.
Looking for this move now. We have the gap to leader up and the penalties they have next to him. At the moment, the only movement in position would be No Limit down to P6. Toneless Death, as it stands, would be up to P5. That 6 seconds is going to come close, though. Toneless has 24. No Limit has 15 seconds to gap the leader, so he'll add 6 seconds. It'll be 21.8 compared to Toneless's 24.2. He has 3 seconds to make up. So if No Limit grabs another penalty, that could put Toneless in 6th. Here comes Master Plane, though. He's going to go for this move. The right-hand side with the DRS, he's going to be easily past the Ferrari. Is he going to fight it? No, he will not. Toneless will be behind the Aston Martin. Will he go in? He will actually stay out.
Yeah, Gerbil's biding his time right now, letting Heatwave. Where is he going to go? Oh!
That's contact. That's
really
going down
wide
for Gerbil.
for
You see it.
Heatwave. End plate damage. Right end plate damage.
That is going to completely destroy his race. Here comes No Limit, the McLaren. Oh, that's a little close. Around the outside, what a move there. That was close. Between No Limit and Boss Gerbil, he has no front wing, but that's also going to put Master Plane up. Where does he go now? He has to catch up his teammate, 9.3 seconds. Toneless is going to be behind him, 1.5. I believe Master Plane actually got past. Yes, he did. I was on board for that one. Okay, I'm getting dementia or something. I can't remember things anymore. Well, Master Plane's now going to be up to P5 because I believe Boss Gerbil is going to pit this time by. That front wing damage may be a little bit too much for that Aston Martin for the remaining couple of laps. And yes, he does go into the pit lane indeed. From pole position down, spinning on the first lap, and, well, a kind of up and down race in between. Boss Gerbil has not had the easiest or most stable Canadian Grand Prix, and, well, he's going to have to try to make the most of it. He may come out around. Actually, he may just come out right in front of Holy Cow and Chunky Snacks for that 9th position, but it's going to be close.
Yeah, it's going to be very close. I think he's going to get ahead of him, though, which he is.
Barely.
Yeah.
Yes.
He can still salvage more points out of this, too. So he's just got, like, with 7 laps left, he's going to get his head down and find a groove again.
Yes, he can.
Keep it out of the wall.
He's about 5.5 seconds behind Pumps the Win on 7-lap-old soft, so he could grab that one. But remember, the penalty game could also play a factor as well. Mozzie, 2.5 ahead of Pumps for the Win. He has no penalties. Same with Toneless ahead of him. 16 laps on those mediums. That could be a factor. How well does he hold on to those tires into the Grand Prix? We'll have to figure that one out. With about 6 laps to go, Holy Cow chasing after Boss Gerbil. He's going to be in the DRS, I believe. You see that white line at the exit of turn 10. That's going to mark the DRS detection zone. And almost losing the car through 11. So as that DRS, so that's going to be the last time he may get it unless he can gain enough significantly into turn 13 and 14. He's within a second now. If he can stand, he may get into that DRS. He had it, and I believe he should have it again. Yes, he does.
Yeah, interesting fact about this track, too. The long straight before 13 and 14 and the front straight is one DRS detection zone after turn number 8, right on turn number 9, where Heatwave and No Limit are going through right now.
Oh, is it really? Wow, I didn't know that.
Yep. There's a little white
Things new every
line
day.
across this track. If you go on board with Master Plan, it's kind of in the shadows. But there's a little white
Oh,
line.
there it is.
Yep.
Yes, I saw that one.
That's where the DRS detection zone is for Canada on this back straight and the front straight. As No Limit doesn't have any ERS, he's going to attack the final chicane. He's going to go very close to the wall of champions. Wow.
But look now, Mozzie has caught up to Toneless Death. Those 17 lap old mediums not giving any favors to the Ferrari driver. He's not going to be close enough this time. Mozzie's going to wait and bide his time. Toneless is going to stay out once again. I think he's just going to go to the end of the Grand Prix on those tires. I said he may. I think he's pretty much proving that point. Why would you pit this time with this many laps to go? Mozzie's now going to the left-hand side, down the inside of turn 1, and the Alfa Romeo will get that move stick up to P6, and he's now going to chase after Master Plane. 4.5 seconds, almost 4 seconds or so ahead up the road on that Alfa Romeo. Those tires, though, may play a factor. Bombs goes a 3-second time penalty, multiple warnings, a track extension, so that will be putting his total, I believe, up to 9 seconds for the Red Bull driver. The only one with 6 is No Limit. For everyone else who has a time penalty has 3 seconds to the end of the race time that will be added for multiple warnings and track extensions. Let's go look at the a little bit of a break in action. Let's go look at the stops and, well, how they really moved up since the start of the Grand Prix. Heatwave goes up 4 positions. He started for 7th. He's up to 3rd. He's starting on that podium charge. He looks for that move, and, well, he may grab that podium after all. He got one a week ago. He may try to grab one for the 2nd week running. No Limit P4. He started P9. Well, how many will those penalties drop off? Master Plane down 1 position, started 4th. He's in 5th. He may inherit that penalties if, depending on how many No Limit has at the end of the Grand Prix. Mozzie up 2, Toneless down 2. Palmas up 2. That's kind of, I guess, a little bit of a checkered pattern of up and down 2 positions. Boss Dribble down 8. He started provisional pole, and then he got the actual pole. And, well, unfortunately, he did not have the race he wanted so far with about 4 laps to go. Holy cow, up 2 positions. Chucky Snack stays exactly where he was. Wraith and Soleller just kind of moved up 1.
Yeah, I think the closest battle right now, too, is between Gerbil and Palms. A 7-lap, all different tires here. They can see Toneless Death just ahead on those old mediums as Gerbil's going to break early through turn 7 and 8. And come up through turn 9 through the DRS detection zone. His brother Stream is going to get another 3-second time penalty. That's going to hurt his race.
That would actually hurt him significantly. That'll put him underneath Heatwave.
Look at the gap up top, though. The gap was 2 seconds. As Boss Gerbil's going to look for a move on the inside on the with the DRS. He's going to get that move done, and he's going to chase down Toneless Death, who is 1 second exactly up the road. He's going to have DRS coming through the final, or the main straight now as well.
Aggression, look at that. He actually got in the grass on the exit of turn 14 there. That shows how much he's pushing the Aston Martin. He wants the best amount of points he can grab for his home Grand Prix. Unfortunately, it's not going to be the win or the podium that he
Toneless
wanted.
is going to go
well, he still has a chance for 7th.
Gerbil's going to look for a move. This is very tight if he does. He's just going to bide his time through turn 3 and 4, through turn number 5. He's still sitting behind him while he's going to wait for the DRS zone after turns 4 and 5. No, sorry, 6 and 7. Nope,
here he goes.
4 and 5. Yeah, he's going to get that move done
Easily
before
passed.
7 and 8. Yeah. Now he's got
Mozzie
5 seconds to catch up to Mozzie.
Yeah,
Actually,
Mozzie has a 3-second now.
Think about it.
So it's on the charge.
Yep, he's got to push. Push like a madman.
He can grab it. He could grab it. What he wants, that P6 right now, could be in the hands of Boss Gerbil, as we have about going to 1 lap to go. This time by as we hit the strike. 13 seconds the gap between Wraith and Swiller Stream as Palms gets past Toneless Death. Battle for 8th down there as Toneless's mediums are just a little bit too far gone. I said he could make it to the end of the Grand Prix. Unfortunately, I just think it's a little bit too much. Who was that?
I think that was Palms that went in the dirt. He came slow out of the final corner. And Toneless just broke. I don't know what happened. I caught it late, because I can't speak now.
That's not lag. Wraith almost lost the car. Exit of turn 11 and almost got into the barriers. He saved the car. I don't think he had any damage. Yeah, oh wow, that was almost right for the wall. And that would have been detrimental because now we're going to go on the final lap for the Grand Prix. And Wraith almost lost his chance at winning the Grand Prix 1 lap prior to the end of the Grand Prix. Wow.
Yeah, Sweller Stream is pushing, trying to stay the heat wave. Sweller doesn't have any ERS. He's fluctuating between 1 and 5%. His heat wave has got 7% from what I. No Limit is also pushing. This Botch Dribble is still trying to push and catch up to Mozzie, who is on 3-lap older soft tires.
Well, it's been quite an interesting race to say. We didn't see as many penalties as I thought. I mean, says the one that has the penalties up, and it's just almost everyone. But let's put that in retrospect. One thing that isn't into retrospect is the success of the last couple of Grand Prix of this man in the Red Bull himself. Ever since Spain,
No Limit,
when he DNF'd. Yes, No Limit has a 3-second time penalty. That'll hurt him more. That'll be 9 seconds to his time. But ever since the DNF in Spain, Wraith has been on the charge, outscoring his championship rival, Sweller's team, the last 1, 2, make it 3 Grand Prix, because he now wins the Canadian Grand Prix in Montreal. Comes to a line. Take a bow, son. He grabs that win here in Montreal. Sweller's team, the Canadian, his home Grand Prix. He's not going to get the win. He'll grab second, but he now loses the championship lead. TTM Heatwave will grab that position away from Sweller's team. Sweller will grab third. Heatwave second. No Limit will come home fourth. He will stay there because 13.7 seconds back is Master Plane. That's going to be a little bit too much time for No Limit's penalties to kind of taper off. Mozzie at the moment will stay P6. He's going through the final chicane now. He's going to go across the line. P6 for Alfa Romeo. Bosch Gerbil from pole in what could have been. He finishes 7th.
Yeah, Toneless is going to move up into P8. Holy cow, goes to P9.
Yeah, Palms barely holds on. Driver of the day, according to the FIA and the Formula 1 aspect in the game, it is TTM Heatwave from, I believe, what was it, P7 on the grid, now to P2 in the finishing order, so that will be up 5 positions himself. But once again, like I said, now the last 3 races he's outscored the championship leader. Well, now he is the championship leader, and the race that the championship old leader, I guess you could say, and Swellow's team wanted to win.
There it is.
His 4th Grand Prix victory and his 2nd straight. BRL Wraith will come home a victor here in Canada for the Canadian Grand Prix ahead of TTM Heatwave, who finishes on the podium for the 2nd race running. Sweller's team in 3rd. He will round out the top 3 and the podium sitters. The Canadian grabs a Canadian Grand Prix pole position. I guess podium, I should say. I'm not saying pole. I don't know what I'm saying. I'm rambling. Shut the fuck up. Anyway, No Limit. He comes P4. Master Plane P5, Mozzie P6, splits the Aston Martins of Bosch Gerbil in P7 from pole to 7th. Unfortunate for the other Canadian in the grid. Toneless P8, holy cow, P9, pumps to the win, runs out the top 10 ahead of Chucky Snags at 11th, and we lost Silk Reaper and Groggy Regano in the Canadian Grand Prix.
As we wait for the session to finish, I'm going to ask the guys now to make sure their audio is included in the party. And I believe, Catcher, if I am correct, Sweller Stream will not be joining us this week.
I believe that is correct.
If that is the case, I'm going to go ahead and get started with the man in P2, TTM Heatwave, also driver of the day. Qualified on the mediums. You didn't crash out this time. I'm going to give you props for that, sir. Bit of an odd race from my perspective, walk us through your race and what was going through your head in the final couple of laps.
So yeah, thank God I didn't crash out of quality this time. Yet again, I qualified on mediums inside the top 10, which I'm gonna try to keep up that streak as best as I can. And yeah, that race, I wasn't proud of that race, even though I got a podium, because I had the soft tires, but I still couldn't catch up to the medium runners, which to me that was just bad driving from my part. I don't really like Canada as much as the other tracks that I've raced at. So yeah, it was a fun race. Penalties had a really big factor on it. But yeah, I'm gonna be trying to push more on the next race.
Yeah, I believe we're going to France next week. You have high hopes, or is that one of your worst, most hated tracks?
I feel like France is more like a neutral track to me. I have a decent amount of pace there. I've had some good results in the past, so I feel like I can get some points back on Rat. Try to go for the
Well,
championship.
we look forward to it. Again, congratulations on your podium and getting driver of the day. And catch up, I will give it to you with race.
Yep, you won. And Bahrain, and then Azerbaijan, and then Canada. I said a week ago, would you like to win the race that honestly the championship leader wanted to win more than you? Because, I mean, obviously, home Grand Prix kind of thing. Well, you said at the time you just wanted to race and grab the win like it was any other race. Well, you got the win. Was it like any other race?
I think just this race in Canada, I didn't feel like I had the pace, but I did. So yeah, I mean, it was a good race just because I was just in the clear probably for most of the time. But yeah, I don't know. To me, it didn't. It was just I was just by myself the whole time, so that's why I guess I don't have really much to say. But yeah, I guess another one. It's cool to for a championship battle.
Well, the championship battle now leans towards your favor. You should be leading going into France a week from now. Well, speaking of France, what do you think your odds are on winning that place? You have the Circuit Paul Ricard. Do you think you could make it 3 in a row? Do you think you could make it your 5th win on the season?
I don't know. Like, neutral track for me. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. So I'm just gonna go there and do what I can.
Well, let's see how it happens. We have to wait a week from now. So, Redeemer, you want to say anything else?
Nope, I am all set.
Alrighty, well, thank you for joining me. And once again, I'm Handcatcher, joined alongside LDR Redeemer. And, well, that should do it from the Canadian Grand Prix here in Tier 2. And, well, you can pretty much find us anytime you want because we're always on Twitch, we're always on social media, and we're always through the YouTube. You can go look it back. But if you want to see some more racing, well, you're in luck. In about 40 minutes' time, you can see Tier 1 hit the streets, and I guess the street hybrid, if you will. I say it every time, but I kind of don't know what it is. Of Montreal and the circuit Gilles Villeneuve. You can see the Tier 1 broadcast of myself and Mitchie, and you can see the likes of Chandler Sita. You can see Hoopalicious. You can see Bailey. You can see Minico. You can see a lot of other guys, including Surprise Raptor. You can see, I mean, there's a lot of guys that you can name and see. The fastest in the Breakout Racing League. Tune in about 40 minutes. You can see what they're made of. Well, if you don't like F1, that's fine. ACC, unfortunately, you're out of luck this week. They are on a break week, but they'll be back in about next week on I believe it's the 7th, I think, of the November, next Sunday for Brands Hatch and the ACC Grand Prix of Britain. You'll see Axe, F1, and the rest of the ACC grid have some fun at Brands Hatch. The first time we've been back there for a decent amount of time. Well, don't look now, though. I guess about a couple days' time. On Wednesday, you get to see Formula 2 race around Circuit Paul Ricard, and the day after that, you see Realistic do the same thing at the France circuit. Next Friday, you'll see Tier 3s and Tier 4 at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time take to round 8 of their championships for the French Grand Prix. And then a week from now, you can see the same thing here in Tier 2 and in Tier 1. We'll have some fun, but for now, it's all over. It's all done, and that wraps it up for myself, Hey Catcher, LDR Redeemer, on behalf of everyone from Breakout Racing League and the Tier 2 Championship. We say thank you for watching, and good night.